So this piece needs to come off. You've got 2 nuts in the back. You may have bolts or screws in the front. Mine does not, but there's a place for them. And when I first got the car, they were screwed all the way through into the trunk and sticking up 2 sharp bolts, so I took those out. So these are 11mm nuts, and then there's multiple washers on there. Once you undo that, and then like I said, if you may have had bolts in the front, then it just kind of pops off of there. Looks like there's an electrical connection there, and there's probably a hose that has to be disconnected over there somewhere. Once I get this off the car, I'll do a better job of filming it. Alright, so removing that was very easy. It was just squeeze that there and it slid right off. And then you kind of see all the connections there. So it looks like there's 2 hoses that are keeping this attached to the car. So I'm going to figure out which one or both or what else I can do to make this come off of here. So this is the piece that causes all the woes when you're trying to fill up your tank. To get it out of there, basically pried the hose off of there. That just slid off. And then this one is on there with those what I call have to break clips. The clips that no matter what you do, they're going to break. And so it kind of comes off almost like the fuel line. So it was really difficult to get that one off, but now that I got it off, I can pull all this apart and see what's clogged up. These hoses just slide off. And then basically what you can do is go through all these hoses and make sure there's nothing stuck in them. You'd be surprised. There could be bugs or all sorts of crap that's living in these things. So basically it's just prying these things off. Some of them are going to be more difficult to get off than others. If you have one of these tools, it can help you. So what's strange is, as vital a piece as this apparently is, since it basically keeps you from filling up your gas tank, I don't see it mentioned in any of the shop manuals. Like, they don't even mention that it even exists at all. When you look at diagrams of the gas tank and stuff, they literally don't even show this piece existing. When you go to the mission section, they don't mention it. So I don't know why this thing is supposedly so secret that they can't mention it. But anyway, now you know about it. So this piece just pries out. Basically I just stuck a screwdriver in the front, just kind of pushed. You see it's just retained by these 2 little plastic bumps and these 2 tabs. So when you pull back on it, these will release, and then you can just slide it up and out of there. So there's a good chance that this piece needs to come off and be cleaned. You see it's retained with 2 plastic clips. One squeezes, and then the other one is just the Christmas tree type. So then you want to open this piece up and get into here, and there should be a cleanable piece in here. I'm a little bit surprised. The older models had where you pulled this off and there was like a filter here that you could wash. You see, I got this piece off and there's nothing there. So they've changed this. Apparently they don't want this to be a user serviceable part anymore. Or else perhaps I need to get this piece off as well. Maybe there's something inside of here. It doesn't look like there's any kind of washable filter in there. So I went ahead and sprayed some brake cleaner in here. We'll see if that's enough to get this thing working again. And just when you put this back together, you'll see there's those little retaining tabs and the little slots for them. So just line those up and it should just snap back in. Reassembly is just the reverse of removal. So this piece slides in like that and then snaps. And this piece goes on this way and this piece goes on there. Goes on here. And that's basically ready to go back on the car. Here's one piece that comes in through here, clips onto here with those always break clips. And then the other piece just slides on there. Yours may have bolts in the front. And then obviously you have the bolts that hang down through here and then you attach the nuts on it. The electrical connector goes on there. And because this is potentially a wet location, it's a good idea to put some dialectic tune-up grease on the connector. So you want to make sure that it feeds in through there, clips onto there, and then you put your new retainer clip through there. Nuts and bolts.